we are going to do, I know we normally do our big rights on Fridays, but I know that our minds are fresh with our mini Olympics information and what we did yesterday, and the determination and respect, friendship, and excellence are fresh in our minds. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a diary entry. Who could tell me with a show of hands how a
Here I
diary
explained what we were to be
entry
doing and asked them if they knew what I was talking about, a diary entry, to see what their prior knowledge was.
is. Okay. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the ideas that we have up on the board and many more, and we're going to make our own web just like that on rough paper at our feet. Okay, so this is our first
Giving them instructions such as this allows for a smoother transition. This is something I learned for classroom management within Miss White's class.
Too far. Thank you. A lot happened yesterday. So are we going to write about every little detail and say, and then this happened, and it was fun, and then, are we going to do that? We're going to choose.
Again, I interacted with them, setting expectations on what I was expecting in their writing.
Our favorite things, it can be the amount of people that were there. You can talk about all the different schools you saw and how many different kids that there were, and the young ambassadors that helped us. You can talk about an idea up here, the tug of war, and how who you think won, and who someone else thinks won, and how it hurt your hands, and how Miss White jumped in and helped, and Miss Honey. So we're going to pick 2 or 3 things to write about, and we're going to have 3 paragraphs in our Dear Diary. And we'll go over this again, just so it's fresh in our minds. But first, I'm going to write just a few sentences with you to get us started, because I know introductions may be a little difficult. Have a question, Abby?
How many,
I allowed proper wait time to hear what she had to say.
What thing? Games? I'm not exactly sure how many different games we played. Do you remember?
I can have it actually.
We'll have Miss Honey. Is that what your question was? We'll have Miss Honey count that. How's that? But I bet you we could think of a lot. One last standing question?
how much they have
8. Okay, we'll have Miss Honey check that. So, we're going to start our Dear Diary. 8 games.
I initiated the lesson for them by helping them start the writing prompt and modeling what their papers were going to look like.
Who, with a show of hands, can give us a time start? I know we're working on those here. When the mini Olympics starts. Ella. At what? At the Mini Olympics. Well, we were at the Mini Olympics, but we're looking for a time start. So when were we at the Mini Olympics?
I got the students' attention for their writing prompt by involving them and using their responses in the writing for the classroom.
I believe I called on Nathan. Is your name Nathan?
Yeah.
Nathan, can you say one more time so everyone can hear what you are saying? just capitalize this because I think it was titled, okay. Who can give me one more sentence? I'm looking for a quiet hand, but this is not a quiet hand.
Again, classroom management. Looking for a quiet hand shows them that I'm not looking for someone that's shouting out, which they tended to do. I was looking for a quiet, patient hand to answer the question.
I don't hear any quiet. Nicola, do you have a word for thing? What can we say after activities? Well, I agree. Can we make it a little bit more detailed than that we did? Will? Write them down. What do you mean write them down? So, okay, we can do that. So how do we start that? There were a lot of different activities, because I can't just go tug of war, basketball. What do I need? What are those? Is that a list? It's a list. So can you read the sentence aloud and include your ideas? Okay. Okay. What was your example? What was your example, though? What activity do you want to put in there? Okay. You can name one more activity. Nathan? One more. Take a look. Okay. So we're going to stop right here because I'm not going to do all the work for you. So what kind of writing sample is this again? Riley.
Again, modeling and showing them and asking them what my expectations were helps with the transition from the carpets to their individual work. I wanted to make sure that they knew exactly what they were supposed to be doing before they broke off into this individually.
Example up here, and I'll figure out how we can make this so we can see it a little bit better. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to send us back to our big right table, and not until I give us a little bit more instruction. The first thing we're going to do is write one of these with our own ideas, our favorite ideas, on it. So we have something to look at while we're writing our big right. Okay? So who can tell me what our first thing is that we're going to do? Chloe? Okay, who can tell Chloe what the first thing we're going to do is? Run. Plan. Okay, so we're going to, Chloe? around to your face immediately. Thank you. We're going to write our web. So after we write our web, at our tables, we're going to use our lined paper that we're going to pass out, and we're going to write our very own diary entry. Okay, so here's your introduction already. We have this completed. But what we're looking for is 3 paragraphs that only have to choose 2 or 3 things to write about. Okay? Richard, so what is the thing what are we going to do after we make our plan? Okay, what is our big right today? Okay. How many paragraphs are we looking for? Ella? We are looking for 3 very detailed paragraphs. Okay? All right. I'm looking for who is ready to go back and get started. Now that it's taken a little longer than expected to kind of gather ourselves. And Ella? Who is ready?
Here I wanted a smooth transition because we did an exciting activity after an exciting field trip.
And Ronnie?
And I asked for volunteers to pass out the paper, which gave them some expectations and
Richard?
something to look forward to while the other students were waiting to sit down. This helped with a smooth transition because they were very excited and energetic, and I wanted to put that into their pens.
Go back to our table. Olivia? Evan? Helen? Will? Colin? Sam? Sam?
We're good.
This is a different observation and teaching lesson. This was after a field trip to Kentwell Hall, where we dressed as tutors. It was very exciting, very energetic, and I created a video of the pictures I took of them to show them.
Do you want to sit over here? Oh, are you okay? Okay. Okay. Do you want to come here?
This was one of those mornings where it was very hard to get everyone situated and seated at a place that was appropriate for them at that time. Field trips tend to stir up the next day's environment.
And turn the page forward. All right. Callum. Callum. Okay. Luke. Are you going to be okay?
I learned that classroom management is a challenge after field trips.
Just a quick... I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you know already.
This was a different lesson on the July 4th because they had no or little to no prior knowledge on a holiday that we spend celebrating.
When you learn about Roanoke Island, does anyone raise their hand and tell me if they remember anything about Roanoke Island?
I tied in some of their lessons on Roanoke Island, which is something Miss White told me they learned way at the beginning of the year, which also corresponded with my lesson on July 4th, so I tied in their prior knowledge.
Okay. She has some very key words there. You all can hear her. You're correct. Queen Elizabeth I was looking to establish colonies. And they're looking for what they wanted to call a new world.